What up? What up? What up, homies? What's good? What's good? See y'all in the building, man. What's good with your homies? Doing what we do, man. Good to see y'all on deck, man. Rolling with me. As you can see, the title for today's joint is Suckers Who Lack Self-Discipline Are Inferior to Real Niggas. Of course, you know this is, we going to go down somewhere with this one, but what we going to do, man, we going to start talking about manhood talk. We ain't going to spend a whole lot of time, man, talking a whole bunch of talk about, what you're supposed to do with females. Of course, we're going to do that. And I may go a little bit in depth on that sometime, man, but we're going to start expanding a little bit, man. I don't want to get pigeonholed into one of these cats that talk about the same thing all the time, man. Because there's more to life than any one particular topic. But what I'm going to do today, I'm going to sum up everything that's going on with everybody. And after this, you're going to be able to look at everybody in your life, everybody you listen to on YouTube, all the content you interact with in your life, all the people you interact with in your life. And you're going to be able to determine if you lack self-discipline as an inferior man or you have self-discipline as a superior man. And everything in your life depends on whether you have self-discipline or not. Everything in your life, all your successes, all your failures, everything you ever hope to accomplish, everything you've ever failed at can be traced back to your lack of discipline or the fact that you exhibited great discipline. That's just what this is all about. Von Wick, what's good with you, brother? Marcus Peebles in the building. Scott Bryan, what up? Almighty Player in the building. J Dub, what's good, man? Riot Enterprises, what up? Mackenzie Vincent, respect to you as well, bro. Asu, what's good, man? Peace to you. 2KJ, what up with you, homie? Good to see you in the joint, man. Rids, what up with you? D Cox is in the building. What up with you, man? Let's get ready to do our thing, man, and start, living up to the billing of being alpha men, man. These are some lessons that I was taught by wise men as a really, really young man. I'm talking about shit as a boy even. I was just blessed to have many wise men around me, man. The Most High blessed me to be in the company of wise men who had already accomplished the majority of the things that I ever wanted to accomplish in life, man. Jermaine Green, what up? Michael Clark, All Heart and Grit. Art Banks 09, what up, Ken Folk? Jarrell J, what up with you, man? Antoine McLean, what's up? Jermaine Green, Poet Rook, what up, Rook? Valdez, I see you, man. Darius Harris, what up, D Harris? I see you, man. SO, I see you, bro. What's good with you? SJ3, my brother, representing. He holding the wrench. Don't make him turn to the Grinch, man, because he got that New York swag, man. And he'll get you out of here in a minute. You know what I'm saying? Fun fact, man. I had a cat come to me, man, in my on my Pookie and Ray Ray channel, man. If you haven't subscribed to the Pookie and Ray Ray channel, go ahead and do that, man. But I had a cat come to my Pookie and Ray Ray channel, man, and say, hey, man, I got blocked on your other channel. And I was like, who blocked you? He said, SJ3, I think. I ain't even respond. You know what I'm saying? No, yes, I did. Yes, I did. I told the cat, I said, look, man, my moderators, man, have the go ahead. They had a green light to block you if they feel like you said something they need to be blocked, bro. That's just it. I don't go behind my moderators and unblock people. Anybody who's been blocked in my chat knows that. You know what I'm saying? Anybody with a wrench, that's why you don't see a whole bunch of people with wrenches over here. Like you go to some places, man, you see 15, 20 people with wrenches. Hey, man, this is one thing. If you're not in my joint all the time, there's no need for you to have a wrench. You understand what I'm saying? If you're not in my joint regularly, you don't need a wrench. What's the purpose? You know what I'm saying? And another thing is this. If you see somebody with a wrench, man, I trust their judgment. I trust what they're gonna do. That's why this is one of the few places. Now I have gone over the line a time before, but this is why this is one of the only places. Well, I won't say it's not the only place, but one of the few places where you're gonna only see male moderators. This channel is for men. It needs male moderators here. You understand? And that's the bottom line. So let's get into this, man. Bad boy D, what up, BBD? Paradise, what up, man? I see you in the building. Will B from the D, my brother, what's good? Craftwork MCR. David Balulu, what up, man? Slang Baby, what up with you, homie? Q Knox is in the building. What up with you, man? Pub G City, what up, man? GMB, my brother GMB. Two wrenches in the building, man. Hey, man, these cats, man, you see a cat with a wrench over here, man. He don't even play no game with you, man. That's how this is the alpha sphere, man. You understand? You can very well believe, man, that brothers in here, man, that patrol the domain, man, are real. So let's keep it at that, man. So don't say nothing that you know ain't gonna be accepted by the alpha sphere, man, because my brothers will get you out of here. You can count on that. Chief of the South, what's good, man? LOA, what up with you, man? Lord Cotton, I see you. Othello Red Pillar, what up with you, man? RJ, what up? J Will, what up with you, bro? AVP Lifestyle is in the building with us, man. So like I was telling the homies, man, you can look at everything in your life and determine whether you exhibited lack of self-discipline or total self-discipline. Manimal, what's up with you, my brother, in the building? The wrenches are on deck, man. I'm telling you. Whew. In other words, man, be on your most alpha behavior in here, man. Even if you ain't alpha, be on your most alpha behavior. If you're a visitor, trust me, man, you don't want to cross the line, brother. Primal, what up? Just in case, what up, JC? So I say, man, you got to look at your life and you got to determine whether you have self-discipline or not. Because I'm going to tell you, all your successes and failures are based on your lack of self-discipline or your discipline, period. And when we get through with this right here, you're going to be able to look at everything in your life and determine whether you've exhibited self-discipline. Because let me tell you something, man. You got two things in life that you got to focus on. Life is full of pain, but you got two different types of pain that you can focus on. You can focus on the pain of self-discipline, because self-discipline is hard. You're going to have to wean yourself off of some things that you really enjoy. You're going to have to wean yourself off of some things that make you feel good. You're going to have to wean yourself off of some things that bring you supposed joy. Not really joy, but they make you feel so good you think you overjoyed. You're going to have to wean yourself off of needing so much things. You're going to have to wean yourself off of having so many things. You got to deal with the pain of self-discipline. Or you can deal with the pain of regret. Because everything you attempt to accomplish in this life and you lack discipline, that regret for not having discipline is coming to you on down the line, homie. And I ain't even making this up to you. Self-discipline is required for any level of success at anything you ever hope to accomplish in life. Anything. If you lack self-discipline, you are a failure. Lack of self-discipline equals failure. Self-discipline equals success. Somebody who's addicted to something, they just simply lack self-discipline. And I'm going to be honest with you. It's difficult, very difficult for me to sympathize with someone who lacks self-discipline, because self-discipline is just what it says. It's about self. No one can teach you self-discipline. You just got to kick yourself in the butt and give it to yourself. You got to take your own foot, stand behind yourself, kick yourself square in your ass and say, you got to exhibit some self-discipline, man. Ain't no other way to win. If you fat right now, you fat because you lack self-discipline. You overweight and still eating pizza and shit. You don't want to be. Now, if you're cool with being overweight, fine. But there's some brothers that ain't fine with being overweight. But they continue to sit there and do the things that's required to stay overweight and gain even more weight. And you're a black man, you're killing your own self if you're overweight. Because if you start to get into your 40s and 50s, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when you're going to have hypertension. It's a matter of when you're going to have diabetes. It's a matter of when you're going to have heart disease. It's a matter of when you're going to mess around with lung disease. It's a matter of when you're going to develop colon cancer. It's a matter of when you're going to develop prostate cancer. These are the type of things you have to think about while you're living your life every day without exhibiting full self-discipline. Oh, nigga, you hate yourself. If you lack self-discipline, you hate yourself. Self-discipline simply means doing the shit that's best for you and foregoing the things that are bad for you. How can you, man, let me tell you something. The world is already stepping on you every step of the way, man. The world is already creating obstacles out of thin air to put in front of you on your path. So you're going to look at all of that and then turn around and say to yourself, you know what, self? I'm your enemy too. I'm going to stand the hell in your way too. I'm going to keep you from doing whatever the hell you need to do to be successful yourself. I don't like you, self. I don't care if you never succeed at nothing. I want you to fail, self. So here go my attempt to stop you from achieving anything. Listen, man, self-discipline is not this big thing. It starts small. I'm going to give you an example that Will Smith gave, man. I was listening to Will Smith do an interview, man, and he said, yeah, that girl is fine. I'm just going to cut right to the chase. He said, yeah, that girl is beautiful. The energy between, the attraction between y'all is there. I mean, she wants you, you want her. But come on, bro, that's your girl cousin. That's your girl's cousin, bro. You mean to tell me, nigga, you lack such self-discipline that you got to disrespect the people, man, that show that they care about you in your life because of your lust? I hear some crazy things around here, man. I hear some crazy things. Self-discipline is simply doing what the hell is right for you, man. And doing something cutthroat like that ain't right for you. You sitting there, man, listen, you already got one. I know a cat, man, got his driver's license taken forever. Nigga can't never get his license back. That's how many DUIs he done got, man. DUI, DWI. And you know what? That fool ain't got no license. He'll jump right back behind the wheel of a car if you let him, drunk. He lacks self-discipline. So see, he can't hit me up and say, hey, bro, man, I got this going on, man. Can you run me over here? Nigga, I ain't running you nowhere. You drank yourself into this issue. I believe in tough love, and tough love is letting you deal with the consequences, repercussions. I don't raise my son like that. Why am I deal with a grown man like that? Even my son has to own up to the consequences and repercussions of his actions. So how am I going to let a grown man come to me crying and whining, talk about, man, you know, I got to get here, man. And no, brother, you should have thought about that the last time they caught you DUI. You got to understand this, man. You got to keep this in mind, man. Discipline is painful at first because you got to do without shit, brothers. You got to do without things, man. Honestly, if y'all notice, when y'all see me doing a car video, man, I had the same shit on. You understand? I bought a lot. When I went in and bought that, I bought like 12 of them. I bought like 12. What it is, man, I have people I train, and then when I'm not training them, I'm working out. So when you see me in my car, man, I have that on because I don't want to waste any time worrying about what the hell I'm gonna wear. The first part of self-discipline is understanding that your human brain is limited to a certain amount of functionality throughout a day. There's only a certain amount of functionality your brain is going to be at its top performing capacity throughout the day. And that's early in the day. Let me ask you something. Have you ever had a surgery at 7 p.m. at night? Have you ever known anybody that have a surgery at 7 p.m. at night? SVM CEO, man, appreciate the $2 super chat. Home say you speaking to my soul. It's burning real bad. Salute to you, brother. Just think about that, man. Have you ever in your life seen anybody get any kind of surgery, oral surgery, back surgery, leg surgery, get a leg fix, get anything? Have you ever seen anybody? Have you ever seen a woman who didn't go into labor? Like if you go into labor, that's something different. Have you ever seen a woman who was scheduled to have a baby get it taken at 7 p.m.? Have you ever seen a man scheduled for open heart surgery have open heart surgery at 7 p.m.? It never happens because the early part of the day is when you make your best decisions. You are more efficient in the early part of the day. That's why I suggest, and I've heard others suggest this. You know, other guys not on this particular sector. No, nobody in this sector is gonna tell you this shit because they don't know it. You have to win the first hour of the day. I want y'all to try this for the rest of this week. Today is Monday, man, because I know some of y'all did it this morning. Wake up, and for the first hour of the day, don't look at your phone. Don't go on social media. Don't check your emails. Don't do none of that shit. Now, you can check your emails, but don't look at your phone. Don't check it. Matter of fact, don't do none of it. Don't check your emails. Don't do none of that. For the first hour of the day, make it a self moment. Make it a moment where after 8 to 10 hours, 12 hours, however long you sleep, of being dead to the world, really being dead, you wake up and you become one with yourself again that first hour of the day. Become one with yourself. If you don't want to do what I do, to me, it's simple. I just do it because it's simple to me. I already know what I'm going to wear tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I got something I have to do, then yeah, but how often does that happen? You know, how often you got like be at court? How often you got like, you know, be in like a business meeting? Most business meetings are held at the top of the week. So, you know, the rest of the week, you ain't got to worry about that. And then you know what time that's going to be. I mean, normally, and me, myself, I mean, I'm the boss. I can show up however the hell I want to because I'm my own boss. It don't matter what I wear. But let me tell you something. Take that time at the top of the day, man, to become one with yourself again. All your brain functionality, everything about you died overnight. Take that time to think about yourself. Wake up, pray, meditate, work out, do something that's all about you so you can spend the rest of your day focusing on shit that's all about you. If you win the first hour of the day, man, you got the rest of the day down pat because you're already on your path. You're already on the path of self-sufficiency. Now, it seems simple, but I'm telling you, this works, brothers. I ain't lying to you. Craftwork MCR, man, appreciate the $2 super chat. So you got to understand this, man. Discipline is painful as hell at first. I mean, it's painful, bro. You got to, I'm telling you from experience, man. Like, man, you can pretty much lose everything. You can lose your relationships, man. You can pretty much lose the connection with everyone because people don't understand why you ain't got time for them no more, man. That's why I'm so hard, man. When it comes to women, bro, I ain't got no time to waste on no woman, man. I'm already on my mission. Either she jump in quick or she getting left. Because listen, the boat ain't stopping. It may slow down long enough for her to jump in. You know what I'm saying? But she got to run off the dock fast she can and jump. She need kangaroo legs to get land in the boat because we going. So, you know, the pain of self-discipline, bro, you have to rewire your mind unless you were raised totally on self-discipline, which most of us weren't. Man, you have to wrap your mind around the concept that all the shit you waste time on, you got to stop wasting time on it. You know something that's crazy to me? It's crazy to me how brothers can come and spend hours online listening to content, but can't spend 45 minutes to an hour working out every day. You know what I'm saying? Nick can't spend 5 minutes talking to the Most High every day. Niggas would rather just swear the Most High off. Niggas would rather say he don't exist than to give him a little bit of time throughout the day. But let me tell you something about that pain of discipline. That shit is a feel-good story compared to the pain of regret. You see, discipline is painful at first, and then you get used to it, and you reap the benefits of it, and then you love it. It feels good. Feel better than busting a nut. But the pain of regret, that's forever, brothers. Anytime you regret not doing something, not achieving something, not accomplishing something, simply because you lacked discipline, you'll never get over that regret, brother. That is full regret. All these brothers around here crying about their baby mamas and all that, man, that's because of their lack of self-discipline. All these brothers around here, man, going through all these things, man, with women and going through things with a job and going through all these brothers that's around here living in stress, brothers. If you have stress in your life, I promise you it can be traced back to a moment of self-discipline, a lack of self-discipline in your life. Because we're adults now. We ain't blaming our parents and shit on nothing now. We done with the blame game. We ain't blaming our parents. We ain't blaming no women. We ain't blaming our homies. We ain't blaming this system. We ain't blaming none of that. Because too many of us get money out here and we pretty much control our own destiny out here to still be blaming. No, you can't blame nothing because we don't play that blame game in the alpha sphere. We simply don't do it. And let me ask you something, man. Think about this. How you gonna complain about your results when you know you ain't gonna do what's best for you? Like, how you not gonna do what's best for you and then expect quality results in your life? You don't get no sympathy from me, man, if you done let yourself go for so many years and now you go in there, you got type 2 diabetes, man, feet swelling up on you all day, man. Let me tell you something. And this is real talk. Unless you super tall, man, and super athletic, unless you just swole, bro, if you 250 to 300 pounds or more, 300 for sure. If you 250 to 300 pounds or more, man, you finna get ready to die, dog. I'm just letting you know, man, you finna get ready to die. Because most of us, if we 250 to 300 pounds or more, most of us ain't in shape. Now, there's the rare occasion where somebody's in shape. Them are tall as hell. Even Shaq at 7'1", Shaq was in shape at 285. He was fat at 300. And he's 7 feet tall. With 7 feet tall, heavy-ass bones. If you 250 to 300 pounds, bro, you finna get ready to die, homie. I'm telling you. There ain't no 300-pound 60-year-olds, brother. They are rare. There's more chance of a 300-pound woman being 60 years old than there are. There ain't no 300-pound 60-year-old men. If there are, they wish they were dead. I promise you, they wish they were dead. Ghost, what's good, man? Appreciate the $2 super chat. I want to say get right or get left. Get left. The way of the world. That's it, man. That's it. So what we talking about here, man, is you have to understand that self-discipline separates superior men from inferior men. I don't care if you call yourself alpha. I don't care if you call yourself dumb. I don't care if you call yourself select. Shout out to the homie C-Boog and Ron Wheels. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you call yourself whatever you call yourself. You can't be about your grown man business if you lack self-discipline. Shout out to the homie GMB. You can't be about your alpha energy if you lack self-discipline. Shout out to the homie Dr. BOA. These are some things you have to understand, man. You simply cannot speak on the level that I need to listen to if you lack self-discipline. You're beneath me. You're beneath us all. You're a little boy, man. Another thing, man, that we have to cover, man, is this, man. The greatest deterrent to your self-discipline is your propensity for impulsive emotional reactions. That's it. Impulsive emotional reactions. That's really the gist of it. That's why I say so much. You have to be emotionally unavailable. You have to emotionally detach yourself from things because you simply cannot exhibit self-discipline when your impulsive emotional reactions run the day for you. When all it takes is someone to say the wrong thing and you have an impulsive emotional reaction. When all it takes for someone to disagree with you and you have an impulsive emotional reaction. When all it takes for a woman to say she's not interested in you and you have an impulsive emotional reaction. You simply cannot go through life as a man with that mindset. See, one of the main things you have to do, and this is why I say start your day off, man. Look, control that first hour, man, because you got to guard your brain from negative information intake. You have to. You have to guard your mind from negative information intake. The book of Isaiah, chapter 33, verse 15, says, he that walketh righteously and speaketh uprightly, he that despiseth the game of oppressions, that shaketh his hands from holding of bribes, that stoppeth his ears from hearing of blood, and shutteth his eyes from seeing evil. He shall dwell on high. His place of defense shall be the munitions of rocks. Bread shall be given him. His water shall be sure. He that stoppeth his ears from hearing of blood, and shutteth his eyes from seeing evil. That's a tough one. Nigga, you got to stop watching TV to do that. You understand? To stop your eyes from seeing blood and stop your ears from hearing of evil, you got to stop watching TV and stop listening to the music you listen to. How many niggas can do that? How many niggas can push away from watching it? How many niggas can push away from their favorite artist who always talking about who he killed and what type of, whose wife he committed adultery with? How many content creators do you hear talking about how they'll knock a man's wife down? How many content creators do you hear talking about how they'll do all type of evil things? Entertainers, athletes, people in your personal life. Self-discipline is hard. That's why very few people obtain success. Very few people attain success. Very few people get to the mountaintop. Most of us get halfway up and just fall back down or climb back down. Because self-discipline means that the only thing you focus on is you and your success. And you ain't got time for it. We have to understand as men that no one is going to give you shit. I don't care who it is. No one going to give you nothing. The best thing you can hope for, man, is to have a couple of down broads on your team that's going to ride with you and put in work to help you get to the mountaintop. That's why I don't understand this whole I hate women thing. Women are wonderful tools given to us by the Most High. Most of y'all just don't know how to use them because you lack self-discipline. See, that lack of self-discipline makes you pedestalize her and allow her to use sex as a weapon against you. Once you put her in a position to use sex as a weapon against you, she ain't got to ride with you. She control you. She don't have to show you nothing. I'd rather her go her own way than to think that, you know, she controls me with her sex. That's why, brothers, let me tell you something. There are several women over the recent past who have pretty much offered themselves to me, man, in every single way they could. Sexually, I mean. Begged me, pleaded with me, tried to guilt trip me, acted as if I was missing out on something, telling me how many other niggas want them. And you know what they got from me? A laugh, a giggle, an iceberg. That's it. A laugh, a giggle, and ice trays. That's it. Because I exhibit self-discipline. I have a mission. And if a woman can't contribute to it, she ain't coming nowhere near me, brother. At all. I don't care who she is, how she looks. You see, the problem with these boys always talking about sex, is they lack self-discipline. Some of them can't even get sex like that, but they so caught up on it that they fantasize about it like they're getting it. We just have to understand, man, that the bottom line is, as a man, you are in control of your own life. Everybody who got control in your life, they got it because you gave it to them. And a lot of that is because of lack of self-discipline. It's a whole lot easier to let somebody else control a difficult thing than to have to focus it on yourself. You know how much easier it is, man, to have your whole life controlled by other folks, to have other folks that's telling you what you got to do, what you need to do. You understand what I'm saying? You know how much easier it is to be the type of man that your woman wants you to be. She said, if you're a man, you'll do this. If you're a man, you do that, and you just do it. She happy, you happy. It ain't nothing to you. You ain't got to think about it. You ain't got to be self-disciplined. All you got to do is do what she wants you to do. You know how many men live their life thinking about, well, long as I do what my woman want me to do, long as I do what my boss want me to do, hell, long as I do what my children want me to do, long as I do what my homies want me to do, long as I do what my supporters want me to do, long as I do what my fans want me to do, long as I do what my parents want me to do. And then all them same people don't never think about doing what the Most High want them to do. They don't never think about doing what God want them to do. See, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, brothers. The majority of people who lack self-discipline don't have a spiritual foundation. You understand what I'm saying? Now, there are people with spiritual foundations who don't necessarily claim a specific God or any of that, but they have a spiritual foundation. You see what I'm saying? A spiritual foundation is better than not having a spiritual foundation. Now, are there going to be consequences, repercussions for not adhering to the statutes and commandments of the Most High? Of course there are. What I'm saying is that's how significant a spiritual foundation is. You got to believe that you need more than just yourself to be successful in this society, man, in this world, in any facet of life. You understand? You can't be successful without a woman who's spiritually grounded in what you're spiritually grounded in. There ain't gonna be no success in that relationship, brothers. If your homies ain't grounded in what you grounded in, man, y'all ain't gonna have no success as partners, man. It's gonna always be a falling out. Some hate gonna always develop. Somebody gonna always feel some kind of way about something petty. All right, Bank. So 9, man. Appreciate the $2 super chat, bro. Another thing I want to say to y'all is this, man. I want y'all to think about this as well. You know, you have to think about men who are weak for pleasure. You understand? Men who are so weak for pleasure that they can't do anything but chase women, pedestalize. And this is the thing, brothers. What you have to understand is this. Women love to be pedestalized. They love to be treated like a prize. They're going to always flock to a man who treats them like a prize. But when it all boils down, most of them have had enough experiences to know that the only thing a man really wants from them is sex. When he pedestalizes them that way. Men only pedestalize women when they want sex. You understand what I'm saying? Because outside of sex, everything else is about business. And so men don't really pedestalize women when they're thinking about business, because you got to pedestalize business. The only time you can pedestalize a woman is when you can't attach her to business. When you attach her to pleasure, then yeah, now you're getting off into some lack of self-discipline type talk. But we ain't going to go too far into that, man. Not on this one. That deserves a stream all to itself. But Proverbs chapter 6, verse 32. Actually, let's go to verse 26. Says, for by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life. So you have to understand, man, that the energies that are against your success work through women. Any woman who's not spiritually grounded with a spiritual man is fair game for those evil energies that want to thwart your success. Adam is a prime example. Solomon is a prime example. There are real world examples that we've all seen. We've discussed them. We're not going to get into those here, but we have to understand that everything you want to do in this life hinges 100%. I'm not talking about partially, 100% on self-discipline, brothers. And I ain't making this up, man. Y'all know I ain't just going to come in here and say something to be saying it. But everything is contingent on self-discipline, brother. And that's the reality of it. Self-discipline. How many men do you know come to work so drunk? I mean, so hungover, they can't even function. Now, he knew he had to be to work the next morning, but he was out late last night on a Sunday night or whatever night it is before he got to be. See, that's lack of self-discipline. When you can't control yourself and keep yourself from doing stupid things, you lack self-discipline, man. And you don't deserve respect from anyone, man. You simply don't deserve respect. Craftwork MCR. Appreciate the $20 super chat. Brother said, been a minute since I caught a live stream. Wanted to drop something in the plate. Appreciate the much needed sermon. Good Dr. BOA. Hey, I appreciate that, Craftwork, man. Appreciate it. So we have to keep these things in mind, brothers. Discipline. Let's talk about this. When we say self-discipline, we're not talking about punishment. Discipline and punishment are two different things. Let me tell you something about discipline. Discipline is not punishment. Punishment is the result of lack of self-discipline. See what I'm saying? You don't punish a child by telling a child, hey, don't do that. That's discipline. That's teaching the child discipline. When the child doesn't do that, that's disobedience. Disobedience is the equivalent of lack of discipline. They're the same things. Then you punish that child for its lack of discipline. But punishment and discipline are not one and the same. They hang in the same circle, but they're not one and the same at all. When we talk about discipline, we're talking about your willingness, your ability, your propensity, your dedication to doing what's best for you over everything and everyone. Those are the type of sacrifices that are necessary for success, brothers. You understand? And another thing, man, you got to be able to control yourself from your damn anger. That's the thing, man. You know what, bro? Out of all the self-discipline measures that brothers lack and get caught up in, anger is one. You know, there's a fool in prison right now for 15 years because he killed a man for stepping on his damn shoes. He killed a man for stepping on them cheap-ass gym shoes that cost $5 to make. He killed a man over that. I'm talking about shot a man right in the face, man, for stepping on them cheap-ass gym shoes. Jordan don't even play no more. And he'd killed a man for that. Man, let me tell you a story here. I was at a Maze concert, man, with Frankie Beverly Maze, man. Had a bad little red little tunnel with me, man. I mean, she was sweet petite, man. I ain't lying, bro. She was sweet petite, and I was a sucker. She'd be something to eat. But, you know, I don't get down like that. But, boy, she was sweet petite, man, with a banging little body on her, man. Big country tatas, man. Round, man. Pretty little frame, man. Bam, round ass, man. Small waist, pretty face, man. Like a young Halle Berry in the face, man. So, we in there, man, we chilling. We rocking out the Maze, man. You know what I'm saying? She was a young chick, but her dad was, you know, her dad always played that music around her, man. So we went in there, man, chilling, man. And there was a nigga next to me, man. He came in tipsy already. So he had a drink or two while he was in there, man. Hey, yo, that boy there he was on something else, man. That nigga messed around and stepped on my shoe. Now, that would have been okay if I'd have had on a pair of Gators. That ain't no big deal. I had on some suede Meslin slippers, man. Meslin, go look that brand up, man. I get all my Gators from Meslin, man. Mezlan. Get all my Gators from Meslin, man. Pretty much all my dress shoes come from Meslin. I don't trust nobody else. I don't trust nobody else fit. I don't trust nobody else to get the design right. I don't trust nobody else to blend the colors on my Gators right. So I'm in there, man. Listen, bro. I had been copped them, but it was the first time I wore them. Man, that boy stepped on him. And you know, from people dancing and moving and wasting drinks and ice and shit falling on the floor, the bottom of his foot was wet. That boy stepped on my shoe, man, left a wet spot. I never did get out of the Meslin slippers. And I knew when I looked at it, I knew it wasn't going to come out. Shit looked like a piece of bubble gum stuck on it. And you know what? I could have whooped the brakes off that boy in there, man. I paid $470 for those slippers, man. My first time wearing them, and he ruined them. Because he lacked self-discipline. He lacked the self-discipline to be able to know what his limit was on his liquor. He lacked the self-discipline to be able to make sure he was fully aware in his environment. He lacked the self-discipline to not know that what the shoe he had just stepped on belonged to a fucking deranged person. You understand what I'm saying? And Shawty knew it too. Shawty turned me around, man, looked at me, man, kissed me on the lips and said, Dad, it's going to be all right. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. We in here join the show. And he did it in the middle. We are one. You know what I'm saying? We all in there, man. We are one. Just singing along with it. I felt that fool step on my shoe, man. And I could have went crazy. I could have went off on him. It went to one hit a quarter. I could have hit him with one hit a quarter. But what would have done good for me, man? To be locked up, suited and booted, locked up. You understand? Dealing with something crazy. that could easily have turned into, because I had my pinky ring on, you know what I'm saying? And if I had hit him, boy, all you got to do with a pinky ring on, hit somebody and cause a laceration in their face that requires stitches. You cause a laceration in their face that requires stitches, that could turn into assault with a deadly weapon. They consider a one finger brass knuckle. It can turn to assault with a deadly weapon. That's a felony. Guess who don't need another felony? You guessed it. So you see what I'm saying? I had to exhibit self-discipline, even though he deserved for me to knock him out. He deserved it. But I didn't. I couldn't. I had to exhibit self-discipline. But there are men who are locked in the penitentiary right now for not just knocking the man out, killing him for the same reason. Let me tell you something about this, man. Let's get back on this thing, decision-making fatigue. Decision-making fatigue, this has really been proven with surgeons and doctors. This has really been proven when they gauge when the majority of their mistakes are made. Because, surgeons make a lot of mistakes in there, bro. That's why it's a 50-50. They be leaving galls inside people, man. They be doing all kind of things. That's why the surgeries all got moved up early, because later in the day, the surgeon, even if they hadn't performed any surgery all day, just the average decision-making process of their lives, deciding what they're going to eat for lunch, man, let me tell you something. That's why I stick to a schedule of eating. When you stick to a schedule of eating, you ain't got to decide what you're going to eat. It's right there. You only have a certain amount of great decisions to make throughout a day. And that's why man, listen, bro, when you see me, you're going to see me with the same thing on. You swear, man, I just wear the same thing every day. No, I bought a lot of them. And that ain't the only fit. I bought a lot of, when I go, man, most times I buy all of them on the rack. That's my size. Because I don't want to have to worry about that. So you see me in a week, you might see me with the same thing on the whole damn week. You might, if I found enough for them, you'll see me with the same thing on for 2 weeks. See, I ain't got nobody to impress out here. Because let me tell you something that self-discipline taught me. Self-discipline taught me that as long as you exhibit self-discipline, eventually you're going to get to a level and you're going to look around and none of the people that was on the last level with you going to be there, except for the one that's closest to you working on that same mission. You understand? Find me the man who started out with $50 with a 50 pack, and then find me that same man when he get on chickens. His whole crew done changed. It might be one person left, and it might be none left. He might have developed a whole crew over that point. You know why? Because every level you achieve in life, most of the people in your life aren't going to that next level with you. So I don't care nothing about these folks. Everybody in my life know how I get down. I don't care what no stranger out in public thinks, man. I ain't worrying about what they think. That's lack of self-discipline. When you live your life and you can't even focus on your goal because you're too worried about what people that don't know you gonna think, you lack self-discipline. Listen, self-discipline. We talked about the discipline part enough. Let's talk about the self part. Selfish. You understand? Self-prioritize. Self-pedestalize. Self-love. Self-discipline is simply self-love. You have to love yourself enough to do the shit that's best for you and the things you want to achieve, man. That's all it's about. It's just about love, brothers. You got to look at yourself in the mirror every day and say, dog, I'm going to do everything in my power to give you the life that you want, the life that you deserve, the life that you dreamt of. You got too many brothers out here that's telling a woman that. And you got too few brothers that's telling themselves that. I tell me that. I don't care who got to suffer. If people close to me got to suffer, it's only going to be temporary. But I got to do what I got to do to get to the next level, man. That's what I got to do, man. Nick Penn, appreciate the $5 super chat, brother. Homer say alpha's all the way up. No doubt, brother. Dojo School, man. I appreciate that. Dojo's cool. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate the $10 super chat, brother. Self-preservation. That's another, man. Self-preservation, self-awareness, self-realization, self-actualization. All of these things are self-discipline, man. The only way to actualize the things that you want to happen in your life is to be disciplined enough to stick to the steps that it takes to get there, man. There it is, man. There it is. There it is. Same thing every day, man. Same Under Armour fit every day. Just pull it out the closet, Throw one in the hamper, pull another one out the closet. Throw one in the hamper, pull another one out the closet. You understand? Buy a pair of gym shoes. I said, how many of y'all got back there in 13? I said, we got 6. Bring me all 6 of them. And somebody say, man, so when people see me out, they think I be balling. I don't be balling. I be saving money. You understand? I may go buy 6 pair of gym shoes, man, that cost $100, but that's $600. They be like, damn, that dude balling. No, I ain't balling. They shoe finna last me for a long time, brother. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna do that all the time. But I don't want to waste my time focusing on things that don't really benefit. It don't matter what the hell I wear. I'm the boss. I ain't got no uniform, dog. You understand? And for me, that's another reason, man, why I became an entrepreneur. I don't want to have to focus on shit that don't help me, man. It don't help me to rock no uniform. It helps them. Brown Hornet, 1975. Appreciate the $10 super chat, homie. I'm say for that top tier game. Salute, Doc BOA. No doubt, brother. Appreciate it, Hornet. Rudy Dog 1. Appreciate the $5 super chat, homie. Say powerful message, brother. Hey, I appreciate that, Rude. So this is what we have to understand, man. If you love yourself, then you are in good health. You're in good shape. You don't do dumb things with your money. You don't have no habits. See, if you have an addictive personality, it's hard to exhibit self-discipline. I mean, it's virtually impossible to exhibit self-discipline when you have an addictive personality. You got boys out here that's drinking everything, getting high on everything, popping pills, snouting powder. I mean, man, blowing trees, blowing lace. You know what I'm saying? Blowing laces. Y'all know what laces are, man. Doing whatever they can do, man. Drinking whatever somebody put in front of them. And then trying to knock everything down they can get a hold to. Boy, you can't have no success if you live that kind of life, man. You understand what I'm saying? That's the whole thing about not cold approaching women. That's lack of self-discipline. You know, these boys always say, well, when you see something you want, you got to go after it. You ain't got to do shit but stay black and die. You ain't got to go after everything you see that you want. You know, the problem is half of these dudes that say when you see something you want, you go after it, it only applies to women. They don't do that with their goals. They don't look at their goals the same way. Half of these boys doing something that they hate for full time, and then on the side, whenever they have a chance, they're doing what they love. That's what they're doing. Half of them doing what they love as a hobby and doing what they hate as a full-time job. So don't come telling me about chase every. If that's the goal, the only man who can say that, man, is a man who's either the top-notch boss in his. You got to be a boss. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be the top-notch boss in your business, but on your flow, on the yard, wherever you are, you got to be GMB captain. With GMB on the boat, guess who the boss? GMB the boss on the boat. You understand? And I know the brother. I seen how he act. I seen how he interact, brother, with his family. Guess who the boss at his crib? And then he a Bama boy, and so you know I know he has an affinity for, for control anyway. You understand what I'm saying? This is what you have to understand. My brother C-Dub, boss, controls everything, boss. I know plenty of times you'd heard C-Dub come on and say, yeah, man, they hit me up, man. It was 11. I just, matter of fact, I hit C-Dub up sometime, man. It'd be 12 noon, man. He'd be like, yeah, bro, I've been up about 30 minutes. Now, what nigga ain't in control of his shit and can just get up, just wake up whenever his body say get up? Think about that. Whenever his body say get up, that means you can stay up as long as you need to because you ain't got nowhere to be. If that's not your life, if one of these scenarios doesn't explain your life, Manimal does whatever he want to do whenever he want to do it. You understand what I'm saying? If this is not your life, then guess what? You can't fall back on if you see something you want, you got to go get it. Because if it just apply women, bro, you're a sucker. Self-discipline is about you, not about them. Not about her, not about him, not about them, not about that, not about it. It's about you, man. You got to step up to the plate. You got to man up. You got to look at your life and say, man, I hate my life. Okay, well, if you don't want to hate your life, then you need to look at the things that's causing you to hate your life and eliminate them. That's what you do. You might have to go through some things. Man, let me tell you something. The young brother J Lax. I know you see him here sometime. Young brother J Lax, man, he talked to me a few months ago, man. And you know, he started really relying on the Most High, man. And he said one day, man, the Most High just told him, man, hey, man, it's time. You know, it's time to quit your job. He said he went in there, man, that same day, man, to quit his job. You understand? And right now, man, his business is thriving, brothers. I'm talking about his business is thriving. You know why? Because he exhibited self-discipline. See, self-discipline don't always mean doing the easy thing. Self-discipline means doing the damn hard thing. You know what kind of discipline it takes to tell yourself, okay, I'm going to do what's necessary to be able to exist without this job. Let me tell you what that proves. J Lax, what's good, young brother? For sure. Alpha game don't raise them but bosses. You understand? Let me tell you something, man. Do what you got to keep in mind right here, brothers. Self-discipline is telling yourself. So you can't just leave your job with no plan. Self-discipline is telling yourself this. And this is what I'm going to say about this whole job thing, man. And if you can't do this, keep your job, brother. I'm telling you now, if you can't do this, keep your job. Self-discipline is about telling yourself, okay, I spend 8 hours a day at this place, 5 days a week. That's 40 hours a day. Now, if I'm going to leave here and go about my own business, I got to dump at least these 40 hours a week into my business. So I tell men all the time, if you work 8 to 4, 8 to 5, whatever it is, 8 to 4, 9 to 5, however the 8 hours go, if you work 9 to 5, let me tell you what you do. If you leave your job, you keep the same hours for your business. See what I'm saying? You keep those same hours for your business, or you figure out a schedule for you. See, when you first get into it, you got to keep your routine. If you've been working a 9 to 5 your whole life is structured around that. Don't destroy the structure in your whole life. Stick to that routine. Stick to that 9 to 5. So you just ease right into your schedule. The only thing that changes is what you do for a living. That way, you already used to getting up. You got a 8-hour period of time that's already blocked throughout your day. You understand what I'm saying? That 8-hour period, keep it blocked. That's all you got to do. But you got to be able to do that. You got to be able to say these 40 hours. Matter of fact, the same 40 hours ain't going to even work, because that job, all you got to do is go there for the 40 hours and get the check. You got to be willing to dump 60 hours into your own business. You understand? You got to take those 40 and jump 20 more every week, at least 20 more. Sometimes, boy, you got to go without sleep some nights. Sometimes you got to grind until your eyes just close on you. You understand? But you got to have the self-discipline to do that. Sometimes you got to keep going until your body say, I'm stopping you right now before you kill us. And then you fall out, rest, your body going to shut you down for about 8 to 10, 12 hours. Hell, man, let me tell you something. I done went so hard before, brother, that I done woke up, man, I was asleep for 16 hours. Literally. I've gone so hard, man. Listen, I think I recall exactly. I went 22 days with a total now of 40 hours of sleep. You understand? I'm talking about roughly 2 hours a night. You know what I'm saying? A little bit over 40, but roughly 2 hours a night, brother. And boy, on that 42nd day, I say 41 days, because on that 42nd day, I ain't even wake up. Look, when I passed out on that 41st day, man, no, matter of fact, it was the 40th day. When I passed out on the 40th day, I didn't wake up. And when I passed out that night, I didn't wake up until early morning on the 42nd day. Listen, bro, from the time I went to sleep that night, man, I damn near slept a whole day away. You understand? But you got to have the discipline to do that. Because you leave your job and start getting about your business, that don't mean that you just go hang out and go party and go hang out with these bros and go hang out with your partners and hit the club and all that. Bro, if you leave your job on Friday, Monday morning, you got to get to work. You got to get to work. You ain't got no time off. How many brothers have that type of self-discipline? You ain't got no steady income coming in. Ain't no shopping. You're going to be eating cheap as hell. You understand? You're going to be, man, listen, bro, you got to get your cable cut off. You don't need no cable. You don't need no Netflix. You don't need none of that. Hell, you might have to sell some shit to be able to pay some bills. I say change your life around. You got to weed yourself off of that whole life. Wean yourself off of that whole life that you used to live. So everything you bought in that past life, get rid of it. Downsize your car. Plenty of time, brother. I done seen, brother, and I do it too. I downsize car. You done bought this brand new car, man. This $800 car note or some shit like that, man. Then you decide you're gonna go on your own business. Hey, man, you got to flip that car. You got to get something cheaper. You got to get a cheaper model. You might have to ride around in a bucket for a minute. You might have to take public transportation. But this is what it's about when you want to be successful. Hell, you might have to keep the brand new car and move out of your crib and live in the car for a while. If you got to do that, fine. You're not worrying about what people around you think, because when you get to where you're going, you're not going to even remember them people, man. Brothers are too busy trying to keep up airs for people around them that they don't even know. Trying to look like money for who? The people that know you know your ass broke. Who are you trying to keep up money for? Who are you trying to keep up images for? Joe Giles, appreciate the $5 super chat, brother. Stay balanced. Appreciate the $2 super chat, man. I'm gonna say thank you for helping me turn my life around. Salute. No doubt, bro. Salute to you as well. Mike Larry, my brother. Appreciate the $4 super chat, man. So I say this to you, brothers, man. You have to understand that the number one way to get into discipline, man, is a spiritual base. You got to have a spiritual foundation. You know, my spiritual foundation is with the Most High. So I call lack of spirituality lack of godliness. This is what you got to do, man. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. It's like when you, like the homie said, when you're dealing with a broad, you got to have self-discipline. You have to let her know that the sexual advances that she's giving other men are not going to work on you. She got to bring something else to the table. She has to show value. See, self-discipline is the key to self-prioritization, the self-pedestalization. You can't be a king without self-discipline. You can't be royal without self-discipline. You can't be a superior man without self-discipline. I don't care if you call it alpha, if you call it select, if you call it dumb, if you call it a pimp, if you got the ism, whatever it is that you call it, man. You got to understand that you can't do it without self-discipline. It doesn't work without self-discipline. T. Lowry said, I had lived in a car and slept floor to floor for about a year. It's not as hard as it may seem. Let me give y'all an example right here, man. My cousin, man. And, you know, this is my partner right here, man. You know, we've been tight for a long time. And through it all, man, we just stayed tight. You know, whenever I go to the A, man, that's who I kick it with, man. You know what I'm saying? All my connections in the A, man, that's who plugged me in with them. Well, the majority of them, you know, you start to build connections from connections. But let me tell you something, man. That brother, I fell through on it, man. It's probably been about 15 years ago, man. Maybe 10, somewhere between 10 and 15 years ago, man. That brother was sleeping at his sister's crib on the floor in her son's room. She had two twins and an older son. And he was sleeping on the floor in their room. You understand what I'm saying? He didn't have no car. He didn't have no money. He didn't have no nothing. You understand? All he had was the know-how to get people in shape. Because he was a former bodybuilder. You know what I'm saying? And I fell over there, man. And, you know, he was riding with me everywhere we went, man. He didn't have a car. So I drove over there and then drove us around everywhere. But he still had his connections. You understand? That's how I ended up meeting T.O. and them, you know what I'm saying, at T.O. crib. That's how I ended up meeting some cats, man, from So Deaf. You understand? That's how I ended up meeting people like Brad. That's how I ended up eating. That's how I ended up linking with these people, man. And lo and behold, 5 years later, I fell through. He had the gym on lock. He was training in the gym, had the gym on lock. I'm talking about, listen, bro, he was training. I think he had 10 people in there at one time. He had 10 people in there at one time, and they were all in the cable section. And he had all the cable machines on lock, man, with his people in there, man, had them working, grinding. Next thing I know, he's staying somewhere fly. Let's go to about 5 years ago. Bam, he opened his own gym. Let's go to just a month ago. He hit me up, sent me some pictures of his new location where he about to expand the gym and make it even bigger and have all type of classes and shit in there. I'm talking about a big box gym, self-owned by a nigga who 12 to 15 years ago was broke with no car, no job, no money, sleeping on his sister Flo in his nephew's bedroom, man. Self-discipline brought him through that, man. You understand? Self-discipline is what he relied on. He brought himself through that. He realized that he was all he had. And so he buckled down. Forgot about everything from the past. Everybody who wronged him. Everybody he felt like he owed some payback. He forgot about all of that. He said, the only thing that matters to me is this goal right here. And let me tell you how it all popped off. He got a partner he grew up with that worked at So Def. Y'all remember this video? Brat was in this video with Tyrese. It was called, what do you like? A whole lot of foreplay right before we get it started. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember how good Brat was looking in that? He trained Brat for that. That was his plug. He was at a construction site throwing bricks, man. And his homie hit him up and said, hey, JD, look for somebody to get Brat right for this video, man. Bam. He went in there, got Brat tight like that in 14 days. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna tell his training technique, but got it like that in 14 days. And that's where it took off at. You understand? From there, hell, he became a hot commodity automatically because people had saw Brat 14 days before that. And they was like, damn. What'd she do? Smoke some crack or some shit? No. You understand? So what I'm telling you is I come from a long line of self-disciplined cats, man. It's in our bloodline. You understand? It's in our, I'm talking about we come from the gutter. And I'm talking about, man, when my cuz was younger, he was just as gutter as I was. Shit, probably got me into my first trouble, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell y'all a story about that on Patreon, man, for my patrons, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna start opening up over there, man, telling y'all just some experiences, man, that's y'all gonna trip, man, but it's a lesson in all of them. We'll be from the D, man. Appreciate the $5 super chat. SO, man, appreciate the $2 super chat. I'm gonna say, damn, BOA, get that dude on the show, man. Yeah, that would be good, man. Jay Lax, what's up with you, man? Appreciate the $10 super chat. Brother said, good doctor speaks the truth. 0 days off since 8/6. Every day is worth it. When you run your own clock, yeah, every day is worth it when you run your own clock. Divine guidance, discipline, and intention. It comes back 10 times. Live to give value. Don't doubt, bro. Alpha's up all day, man. Alpha's up. And you know them beta male cell, man. John's got to go down, man. So from now on, brothers, here on the Alpha Sphere, what we gonna do, man? Hey, man, we got 230 watching. We got 110 likes, man. Come on, brothers. We got 227 watching right now, man. The likes should at least be at 200. At least at 200. So I say this, man. What we gonna do here in the Alpha Sphere, man, we already get women. We already know about women. We already understand women. If you got some questions about women, you're gonna have to join Patreon, man, because we going in a different direction here. When I talk about women, I'm only gonna talk about my own experiences, because I see that a lot of these boys on this platform, they just don't get it. You understand? A lot of these boys over here, they just don't get it. And you can tell by how they get in their feelings whenever the hell I talk, whenever the hell I say something, whenever the hell I mention something. Even if I mention these niggas in a positive manner, they get their panties in the wire because they just don't know. You understand what I'm saying? They just don't have any sense. They don't know nothing. And so, man, my mission is about high altitude. You understand? Your altitude will affect your altitude. You understand? If you become the most alpha version of yourself, those who don't will never reach your level. Because altitude is about self-discipline. That's why the things I talk, other brothers don't talk them. You understand? Because they don't understand it. And some of them don't want to. They want to lack self-discipline. They want to not be fit. They want to not be healthy. They want to not be wealthy. They want to not be free. They want to not be their own boss. They want to not have women submit to them. They want to not be able to control their own destiny. They want to have other people force them to exhibit discipline. You know, it's a damn shame when you don't get in shape until the doctor tell you we might have to cut some off. Then you start trying to get in shape. You've been around here too long, man, to act like you don't know. That's why when we talk about this whole female nature thing, if you still talking about what females did to you or what you got taught, boy, ain't nobody taught you nothing wrong. You lack self-discipline. You niggas done been in 4, 5, 6, 1,800 marriages, and you talking about, well, they taught me wrong. Fool, they ain't teach you nothing. They didn't teach you self-discipline. But at some point, self-discipline comes from understanding that hurts me over there. I'm not going to do that again. That hurts. If you're in a relationship with a woman right now, man, and she treats you like nothing, why in the hell are you still paying bills in the house that she living in like a queen? Either you leave her or you stop paying bills. You can't be concerned about what somebody think about you, because the only thing that matters is what you think about yourself. If everybody feel good about you, but you feel bad about you, then tell me what that does for you. If everybody feel bad about you, but you feel good about you, then tell me what that does for you. The book of Proverbs, man, says it is better to be despised and have a servant than to be self-promoted and lack bread. Paraphrasing there. Didn't use the word promoted. But it's better to be despised and have a servant than honor thyself and lack bread. Damn what they think. We don't deal with what they think. We don't care about what they think. We ain't living on what they think. Walter Roberts, appreciate the $5 super chat, brother. Brother said time goes fast when you're grinding. It certainly does, brother. Let me tell you something about this, man. All I want my brothers to understand is this, man. With us being self-disciplined men, we can't afford to keep the company of men who lack self-discipline. You know, we can't afford to keep the company of men who continually talk about things that are the opposite of self-discipline. You can't get no women. You ain't gonna get no women. You ain't gonna get no sex. You ain't gonna get no sex. When I hear a brother talking as if every woman he ever comes across is worthy of sex, he lacks self-discipline. Or he's simply doing a Derrick Jackson and telling women what they need to hear in order to support him. That I can understand. But if you are fully vested into self-pleasure, then you are not self-disciplined. You understand? Because a man who loveth pleasure shall be brought to a piece of bread. You cannot be a lover of pleasure and be successful. Because success don't feel good. The road to success, man, it is one treacherous road, brothers. Sometimes it hurts. Sometimes it's scary. Sometimes it's disappointing. But I'm telling you, brothers, the pot of gold at the end of that rainbow, man, is, hey, brothers, I'm telling you, man, it will make the hardest man in the world think about shedding some tears, man. It will. And it's okay if you shed some. Just don't shed them around your woman. She don't want to see that, bro. That's a lack of self-discipline. See what I'm saying? That's an emotional response that we have to avoid. So, to sum this thing up, man, let's do a quick recap. Self-discipline is the key to success, brothers. Suckers who lack self-discipline are inferior to real niggas. That's just the bottom line. You got to think about these things. The world is already against you, so how are you going to be against yourself? How are you going to hold yourself back? How are you going to help the world hold you back? How are you going to help society hold you back? How are you going to help these industries hold you back? How are you going to let these professions hold you back? How are you going to let your friends hold you back? How are you going to let everything hold you back, and then you hold yourself back as well? Discipline is painful at first, but regret is painful forever. You understand? The pain of discipline versus the pain of divorce, man. The pain of regret. Well, the pain of divorce, that's a regret. But the pain of discipline versus the pain of regret. And a lot of time, the one lost part of discipline that men don't understand is this. Discipline also means not doing something because someone else wants you to. You understand? Not giving someone something, even if they deserve it per se. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. My point is never give someone something they don't deserve. But just because someone deserves it doesn't mean you have to give it to them. You can forego the entire situation and say, well, I think I'm just going to bow out gracefully. You dig? So let me ask you this. How are you going to not do what's best for you, but expect positive results in life? You're not going to get boss results by looking at life like a worker. You're not going to get king results by looking at life like a peasant. You're not going to get masculine results by looking at life like a female. And that's a whole part of that impulsive emotional reactions. Never succumb to the desire, to the urge, to the energy that tells you to respond with impulsive emotional reactions. You simply can't win when you do that, brothers. That's why niggas are married to women they don't want. You know what I'm saying? I had a partner went to Hawaii, man. He went over there with his girl, man, just took her on a trip, man, went over there. She had already set the whole wedding thing up. When he got there, nigga hit me from Hawaii and said, look, bro, hey, man, I came over here, man. This chick got this wedding all set up, man. Damn. I said, man, nigga was nervous. Like, man, I don't want to do this, man. I said, brother, well, you know, shit, what you doing it for then? You know? Later on, he told me he hit me up, man, so I can talk him out of it. I was like, brother, I don't talk niggas out of making, you know, self-discipline decisions. Why I got to talk you out of not doing something you don't want to do? You know what I'm saying? We were never the same after that, bro. You know, we had the energy between us changed after that, man. You know what I'm saying? I think nigga partially blame me for letting them do it. But you know how cats are, man. But anyway, man, you look at this as well, man. And then maybe not. Maybe the energy just changed because the nigga got married. You know, maybe that's what it was. It probably was more of that than anything else, man. And then, you know, when you make a decision, man, that you didn't want to make, it puts you in a different headspace. So I think my brother was just in a different headspace at that time, man, where he wasn't the same because he put himself in a situation that he didn't want to be in. It's one thing to be confident in your life because you control your shit, but then when you put yourself in a situation because your lack of self-discipline, you put yourself in that situation, then you don't view your own life the same. So your confidence, your interaction with everyone, your interaction with yourself changes. Now, another thing is, man, avoid decision-making fatigue. Don't waste your time on shit that don't matter. Figure out what you're going to wear. Listen, even if you need to do it for a week, you ain't got to do it like just say, I'm going to wear the same shit every day for a year, but do it by the week. Already have what you're going to wear during your week. During your busy days, already have it out. Have it labeled. Nigga, stick a tag on it. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Or line it up and just say, okay, every day I'm just going to wear the next one. Do that. Keep your mind from making idiotic decisions because you're going to you're going to be well dressed like a motherfucker, but you're going to be done burn one of your very best decisions on what you're going to wear. You're going to be fly though. I'm going to tell you that, boy. You know, and you can tell niggas who do that. Another thing is this, man. And I know a lot of cats, man. Like I know some pimp cats who they got everything in the closet already, man. And they simply, man, they go through their girls, man, and reward them when they do good. Like whoever come in with the most paper per night can pick out what he wears the next day. Of course, everything already together. They don't get ready to go in and say, well, wear this shirt with this suit and then this tie. All the fits already put together. He just rewards them with being able to pick out what he wears. And then, you know, he tells them all. He'll say it in public sometime, man. Let everybody know. Let all the partners know, man, that you know, that his baby Sunshine, man, you know, she picked this out for me, man. And I think it looked pretty fine. My baby got good taste, don't she? You understand? So, you know, these are the type of things, man, that you all that did is eliminate a decision for a pimp. So you got to understand a lot of things we talk about on here, man. The pimps already know it. That's why niggas who diss pimps, man, just don't know nothing. You did. Niggas who diss pimps don't know nothing, man. They don't understand, man, that pimps got all the game. And that's real talk, man. So another thing is this, man. Control the first hour of the day. Control the first hour of the day. When you wake up the first hour of the day, man, wake up, man, just make it about yourself. Make it about yourself. Make it about your spiritual self, your mental self, your emotional self, your physical self. Fast, meditate, work out, pray, read. Do something, man, that's all about yourself, man. And let me tell you something else, bro. I'm to the point now, man, where I'm not listening to no content that don't bring me no value. Now, I'm not listening to no content that's just talking about some shit that I already know or talking about something that I really don't need. I'm not wasting my time listening to content that don't give me no type of positive energy, you know, so no type of uplifting energy. If it's just some talk about some random stuff or some talk about some issues that men deal with and all that, hey, man, I ain't got time for that. I ain't listening to none of that no more. You understand? So there's going to be a lot of places y'all ain't going to see me, man, because I just ain't listen to it no more. I've been wasting enough time, man, listening to content, man, that just don't do nothing for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't owe nobody no support. So I'm just gonna not listen to content that don't do nothing for me. You know what I mean? The content don't move me, don't motivate me, you know what I'm saying? Don't remind me of something that I might have been, not thinking about, or just put me in a positive motivational space, man. I'm not listening to. I listen to a lot of motivational content, man. I listen to cats who done it. I listen to cats who doing it. I listen to cats who recently done it. I listen to cats that been getting it for a long time. I listen to a lot of cats, man, who've gone through a lot of things to get to where they are, man. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't see nobody on YouTube that's at no level of success that I want to be at. Everybody's on level of success that I want to be at ain't on YouTube. And that's just to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? And that ain't knocking nobody. They're just saying that the levels I need to get to, the people I listen to on YouTube, man, they ain't talking about it. In this sector, ain't nobody talking about that, man. They still talking about women. They still talking about the problems that men have with women. And they still debating about shit about women, about sex. Who gets sex or who don't get sex or who you need to have sex with. Brother, I'm a grown man. I ain't got no time to talk about that no more. You understand? And I'm not going to listen to things that I don't talk about anymore. Now, y'all can do. I'm not putting no pressure on nobody to do that. I'm just telling you what I'm not going to do, man. And that's the reality of it. Now, another thing is this, man. You got to guard your brain from the negative information intake. That's one of the things. I don't want to hear no brothers complaining about women no more. You understand? To me, that's negative. I don't want to hear no brothers complaining about the dating game anymore. To me, that's negative. I don't want to hear no brothers complaining about what you got to do with women or what you don't do with women or how you get women or how you don't get women or chasing women or run them down or do something. I don't listen to no content that speaks on shit that I don't agree with anymore. Listen, bro, I am not wasting any time here. I'm on here enough for my own content. So when I take time out of my schedule to unwind to some content, you better believe it's going to be some content that uplifts me. It's going to be some content that calls me out about some things I might not be doing. It's going to be some content that gives me some value to move myself in a position or put myself in a direction that's going to take me to the mountaintop of my life. So you got to guard your brain from that negative information intake. Another thing, man, self-discipline is the only reflection of self-love. It's the only reflection. You see a man that's in great shape, he loves himself. He may only love himself physically, but he loves himself physically. You see a man that's well-grounded in spirituality with the Most High, that man loves himself spiritually. But let me tell you something about spirituality. When you ground yourself in spirituality, then you're gonna love yourself physically. You're gonna love yourself mentally. You're gonna love yourself emotionally. You're gonna love yourself in all kinds of ways because spirituality is the foundation of self-love. So self-discipline is the only reflection of self-love. If you don't have self-discipline, you don't love yourself. It's just that simple. Another thing is this, man. Discipline is not punishment. Punishment is a result of lack of self-discipline. You get that punishment as a result, as a consequences and repercussions of not exhibiting self-discipline. You know what I'm saying? If you become overweight and sick because you're overweight, it's because you lacked self-discipline. You woke up every day saying, I'm going to start next week. And then a week passed. And you say, I'm going to start next week. And then a month passed. You say, I'm going to start next week. And then a year passed. Then 2 years. Then 5 years. And now you're 275 pounds looking at yourself like, damn, it hurt to move. How am I going to work out? How in the hell am I going to work out when it hurt my back to get out of the bed? Love, self-love, man. You can't love nobody if you don't love yourself. You don't love your children if you don't love yourself. You don't love your parents if you don't love yourself. You don't love the Most High if you don't love yourself. You don't love your woman if you don't love yourself. And notice I did say love your woman because you can love them, just don't fall in love with them. If you fall in love with a woman, you lack self-discipline. Bottom line. Porn addiction, self-discipline, lack of. Alcohol addiction, self-discipline, lack of. Sex addiction, lack of. Drug addiction, lack of. Gambling addiction, lack of. Anger over every little thing, lack of. Staying with someone that treats you dirty, lack of. Dealing with some woman disrespect continually, lack of. Not being able to block a woman to get her out of your life, lack of. Not being able to accept a woman who is doing everything in her power to benefit your life, regardless of her physicality. Let me tell y'all something. A lot of y'all may not know KRS-One, man, but KRS-One, Boogie Down Productions, man, he's a forefather of hip hop. All his career, he was married to this chick called Miss Melody. Miss Melody was a big girl. But if just go check his story and look at all of the ways Miss Melody benefited what Chris was doing. Chris is KRS-One's real name, but go look at all of the things. Go check their history and look at all of the wonderful things she did for this brother to help him get to where he was, especially when his partner Scholar Rock got killed. Think about it. Lack of self-discipline means that you can't do what's best for you based on something either material, facetious, or something that's bound to the surface and not to the depths of life. You see what I'm saying? Superficial, that's the word I'm looking for. Something that's materialistic or superficial. You can't do what's best for you because you're worried about what other people are gonna think about you. That's crazy to me, man. I can't even understand that, brothers. I can't understand that, man. I really, and this is my thing, brothers. I'm not saying anything about any content creator on here, bro. Unless you disrespect me the way that boy Locario did, man, I'm not saying that to you. Other little cats have said something, man, or blah blah blah. But you know, they peons. I'm talking about when a cat openly continues to display levels of disrespect, throwing subliminal disses just over and over again, continue to pick at the hornet's nest, continue to pick at the hornet's nest. Eventually, I'm gonna come out swinging and stinging. But I'm done with that too. That was lack of self-discipline on my part, because that nigga's a YouTuber. He's nobody but a YouTuber. He's a cat on YouTube that I wouldn't even deal with in real life. We wouldn't even be in the same circles in real life, in the streets, in business, in no circles. See what I'm saying? We wouldn't have the same homies. We wouldn't have the same family. We wouldn't be on the same blocks. We wouldn't have the same business partners. We wouldn't even be at the same banks. So that was me exhibiting lack of self-discipline. And that's why I wanted to come on and do this topic, because I felt myself at a moment of weakness responding to some cat that I don't know or care nothing about at all. I don't know him, don't want to know him, don't care nothing about what he says, what he does, nothing. I don't care nothing about that. You understand? But at that moment, some things were said that I automatically responded to, not because of an emotional take, but because I simply felt like it was the best thing for me to do. You know what I'm saying? And in retrospect, there was no benefit to it. Absolutely no benefit. So I'm telling you guys that, using that as an example to tell you that self-discipline is hard, man, because people who aren't self-disciplined don't want you to be self-disciplined. You know what I'm saying? People that, when you talk about self-discipline, people listen to you and try to pull you out of your state of self-discipline. Unbeknownst to them, you see, people who are used by forces that are against your success, they don't even know they're being used. Those are people who are being used by all forces of who oppose success in their lives. All they do is oppose people's success. They don't even know they're doing it. It's just part of who they are. But I use this as an example to let you brothers know that as much as I harp and practice self-discipline, that was an example of me exhibiting none. You understand what I'm saying? Because self-discipline would have asked me a simple question. Who is this cat? Who is he? And you know what I had to tell myself? I don't know. I have no earthly idea who this nigga is. I don't know him. I mean, I don't know who this nigga is. And that would have stopped me from responding. So I say this to you brothers, man. I don't claim to be perfect, and I can't admit my flaws. My faults, rather. I don't have any flaws, but I can admit my faults. And that right there was an example of me lacking self-discipline, brothers. But do as I say, not as I do, brothers. You understand? So that right there was a rare slippage for me. And I want you men to understand just how difficult it is, man, because you're gonna run into some things where somebody just gonna keep doing something. It may be a man, it may be a woman, it may be your job, it may be cops, it may be whoever it is, man. You never know who it's gonna be. That's why we as self-disciplined men have to help one another weed these things out of our lives by sharing this type of content, this type of valuable information with one another. And any man who doesn't believe that self-discipline is the key to everything, it's the key to life, and lack of self-discipline is the key to death. Self-discipline is the key to success, and lack of self-discipline is the key to failure. Self-discipline is the key to receiving love, appreciation, and affection from women. And lack of self-discipline is the key to being used by women. Self-discipline is the key to being respected by your peers. Lack of self-discipline is the key to having enemies that portray themselves as friends. You see, there are no negatives attached to self-discipline except giving up things that you've got used to. And the great thing about giving up things that you've gotten used to, eventually you get used to the new things that coincide with self-discipline. And you forget about all that dumb shit you were doing before. So look at here, brothers, man. I appreciate everybody coming through. It's been real in the field, man. We'll be back in the joint, man, tonight, man, chopping it up again, man. We'll be back in here with some real feel, man. So, hey, I appreciate everybody coming through. My brother SJ3, my brother GMB, my brother Animal Planet, man. I appreciate y'all, man, for being in here patrolling the environment, man. Hey, man, it's been real out here, brothers. This is what we have to start doing from now on, man. We got to talk that talk, and we got to walk that walk, man. And the bottom line is this. Suckers who lack self-discipline are inferior to real niggas and any other man on the planet who exhibits self-discipline. As a matter of fact, if you're a man that exhibits lack of self-discipline, you're inferior to a woman who exhibits self-discipline. Matter of fact, very inferior, because it's so much harder for a female to exhibit self-discipline, which hinges itself 100% on your propensity to avoid impulsive emotional reactions. Hey, I appreciate y'all being in the joint, man. We're gonna man, that thumb chaser link, let me see if I got it right here, man. Shit, I don't know, man. Hold up. Let me get the thumb chaser link for the homie right quick, man. Y'all give me a quick second here, man. Hey, y'all subscribe to the Thumb Chaser channel, man. Thumb Chasers Fishing, man. We get it in over there, man. It's real in the field over there. So y'all go ahead, man. Subscribe to that channel, man. I'm gonna have these episodes coming at least once a week. At least once a week. These episodes will be coming up on Mondays, man. So you know, y'all go ahead over there, man, and subscribe to that channel, man. Appreciate everybody doing their thing, man. I'm about to shoot that link in here right now, man. All right, here we go, man. All right, y'all subscribe to the Thumb Chaser Fishing channel right there, man. Salute to the homie GMB. Go ahead and join that Patreon, man. The Patreon is on fire, man. Do a hope, man. We do everything over there, man. I start posting memes, all kind of things over there, man. So, you know, y'all go ahead, man. I appreciate everybody that's supporting, man. I appreciate all the brothers that support on multiple platforms, man. That's real right there, man. So, hey, look at here, man. We're going to go ahead and head on out of here, man. I appreciate everybody in the joint. Avoid the haters, avoid the fakers, avoid the betas. And it's always alphas up, betas down. If you haven't hit that thumbs up, man, go ahead and hit it on the way out, man. Hey, I'll see y'all tonight, man, about 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. That'll be 10:30 p.m. on the East Coast, 8:30 p.m. on the West Coast, 7:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Peace.